You know, I can't promise you trading profits, but I will show you how to make trading failure impossible. So the only way you can go is up, right? And a lot of traders, they chase returns, they chase profits, they chase gains. And at one point that was me as well, right? We've all been there. But I'm going to show you how to make those profits and those gains guaranteed by playing the game of trading. This is part two. Part one I dropped last Sunday, and I want you to go check out this video before you continue with this one because a lot of us bring, a soccer ball on a basketball field. We're bringing the wrong equipment to a different sport, right? And that video, I pretty much show you how to play the game of trading. What's the objective, how to win, how to lose, what the rules are, and what actions you need to take in certain specific, events or conditions that you may not know. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make trading failure impossible. So therefore, you have no choice but to succeed, and that's how you got to think about trading. You got to think of it in a sense of defense, like an inverse kind of thing, like you get the offense through defense. We'll talk about that. So as you can see, this is my P&L for the month of January. I talked about it in my last video, but I'm not going to go too much detail. I'm not going to go into too much detail. You can see I have 5 red days. One of them was only $41. That's kind of like a break-even day, but I'll count it as a red day because I lost money. But out of 21 days, 5 red days, 16 green days, and I was able to do that by patience, risk, and just time, just giving it time, being patient, and taking the trade worth losing. Okay, so let's get into it. Number one, the game you're actually playing. Most traders think trading is about being right, but it's really about staying in the game long enough for all of your trading knowledge and experience over the years to compound, being broken down and losing everything as the old trader, getting all their answers wrong until there's nothing left but right answers and being built back into the trader who consistently profits. Okay. It's about staying in the game long enough for all of your trading knowledge and experience that you gained over the years to compound to a point of accumulated knowledge and the crazy part about it, and I talked about it in one of my videos too, there's a point of trading experience and knowledge that you have to reach in order to start seeing a return on investment on that skill set. But in the meantime of accumulating more knowledge and experience, you're going to think that you should gain a little bit of profit here and there, but you're going to continue to lose money until you hit that theoretical point, that just enough knowledge and experience. And then from there, things are going to start to skyrocket. Okay. And in order to do that, the process of doing that, you're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to be broken down emotionally, mentally. All that's going to happen because we got to get rid of the trader or that old mentality that you had. And then once you get all the answers wrong until there's nothing left but right answers, then you can be rebuilt into the trader that you are trying to be right now, who consistently gains profits. Okay. Now, an important part during that process, right? Because the thing is, during that process of gaining accumulated knowledge and and experience, you'll never know when you'll get to that point when you start seeing a return on this skill set of trading. Okay. Hard work pays off. Nobody tells you when. That type of mentality. So in the meantime, during that process, you want to pass your risk gate every day. A risk gate is basically like a daily loss limit. How much are you allowed to lose per day? Okay. And you got to respect and pass that risk gate. And we're going to talk more about the risk gate in a second. So if you can guarantee your survival in a game of probabilities, in the game of trading, in the game of the casino, how casinos profit, right? If you can survive in the game of probabilities with an edge, you've already locked in success. What does this mean? That as long as you have a positive edge, you just have to stay alive, because when you have a positive edge, success, the money is already guaranteed. It's already there. That's the representation of success and money, is the edge. When you go to the casino and you play roulette, there's 0 and double 0, right? That is the edge. It's already on the spinner, the spinning wheel thing, whatever. So therefore, as long as you play the game and the casino doesn't go bankrupt, they're going to make money. So that's the point. You just have to stay alive, because by you participating in the markets, you've already won. Okay. So as long as you're playing the game, you will have infinite opportunities to compound returns. Casinos don't win by predicting the next spin. They win by never going broke. Think about it. All of these people that are worth millions and billions of dollars invest into casinos without even stepping in them. They don't care what demographic comes in. They don't care, who you are, what you do for a living, anything. Okay. They just want to keep you there as long as possible. That's why there's no windows, there's no clocks. They give you a breath of fresh air, free drinks. They want to keep you in there as long as possible so you can play as long as possible, because every game has an inherent edge, and therefore they will continue to profit without even stepping in the room. They just make sure that they put the table limits, right? You can only use but so much capital or so much money per hand. They put the table limits as the risk management so they don't run out of money, and they allow you to continue to play where they have the edge. This is no different. Okay. So what is a risk gate? A gate is a non-negotiable pass or fail rule, 1000% binary. There is no averaging, no measuring, no altering, no debate, no negotiating, no outsmarting, no but I was right. If the gate passes, it will keep your trading system and profits running nonstop. If it fails, everything stops. You can't make money if your account is dead. But the longer you keep your account, the longer you will make money, the longer it will compound. And when I say compound, I mean exponentially, not linearly, because nothing scales. No business scales more than trading. And we know this. That's why we got into it, right? So risk is a gate because survival cannot be averaged, negotiated, or offset by good execution. Your execution, no matter how many times you see an A+ setup, no matter how certain you are that this is going to happen, no good execution is going to replenish, replace, and excuse survival, the life of your account. No matter how much money you put on a trade, no matter how great quality the trade is, no matter how much you've seen this happen a million times before, that will not, you may win that trade, right? But on maybe a trade by trade basis, but over time, good execution is not going to forgive bad risk and failing your risk gate. Okay. So this is what I do, and you can steal this if you want. But I have a rating system where I have my risk, my entry, my stop loss, and my take profit. Risk is on a whole different plane than my entry, stop loss, and take profit. It has nothing to do with my entry, stop loss, take profit. My criteria, my exit, it has nothing to do with that. Risk is life or death, period. Life or death. If I passed that risk gate, I chose life for the day. If I failed it, I chose death. So therefore, entry, stop loss, take profit, my entire edge is meaningless. My edge only helps me with optimization, like I learned that word for the first time, right? Optimization and speed of growth. Okay. There's no point of having a speed of growth. There's no point of going fast or getting a fast car if you don't have a fucking car, if you wrecked it. Okay. So as you can see, I passed my risk gate, and my entry was 2 out of 3, stop loss 3 out of 3, take profit 3 out of 3, a score of 8 out of 9. That's really good, and I passed my risk gate. But that score of 8 out of 9 would not have mattered if I failed the risk gate. Okay, so then I have another trade that I did, right, where I passed my risk gate again. My entry was 3 out of 3, stop loss 3 out of 3, take profit rated 3 out of 3. That's a perfect 9 out of 9 score, right? Now the last one, I overtraded this day. I got a 4.5 out of 9. I need at least a 6 or higher for my account to be very, well optimized and grow at a good speed, right? At least a 6 out of 9. But I got a 4.5 out of 9. If I continue to do that, my account will be in danger over time. But the thing is, I passed my risk gate, so therefore I had space to fuck up, and that's why my calendar looks like this. I messed up on I messed up on the 20th. I had 27 trades, right? Not all 27. It was really like 12 trades, but Top Step, they, count each scale in and scale out as a trade, which is instead of like a round trip, which is weird. So I did like 12 trades on the 20th, and I normally average 2 trades a day, right? 12 trades on the 20th and then 22 trades on the 27th. Okay. So I overtraded these 2 days, which could have blew up my account. But because I passed my risk gate, which is respecting my daily loss limit, I had room to fuck up. Okay, I'm still alive. All right. So, number 3, risk cannot be redeemed. My daily loss limit is not protection. It's guaranteeing my future successes. Every time you respect your daily loss limit, Don't think of it as you being conservative or scary, or, you're not that guy or you're not that girl, like a hit to the ego, a hit to the pride. That's not, you are guaranteeing your future every single time. Every time you pass your risk gate, every time you pass your daily loss limit, every time you lock out those risk settings, you guaranteed your future successes. And the more that you do that, the more it compounds. And like I said, compounding is exponential. It is not linear. Okay. So just keep the streak going. Get competitive. What me and Brian does, one of my homies, me and Brian do, we text each other, be like, every night, the night before, hey, pass my risk gate, future secured. And that's what it is. So the moment I pass my risk gate, understand I've already won. I didn't even see the setup yet. I didn't even see the market conditions yet. I've already won, because by me participating alone in the markets and capping my downside, there's only one way to go, and that's up. I didn't fail. I got up and I reached trading success just by playing defense and staying alive. So I've won the most important battle. I didn't self-destruct. I'm still in the game. I'm still trading the same account. The longer you can keep, listen, let's make this a goal for you. Okay. For the year of 2026, keep the same account. Don't even try to win. Don't even try to hit big trades. Every single day, your number one daily trading goal every single day for the year 2026 is to keep that same account and watch what happens. You can lose all you want. Keep the same account. Watch what happens. And if you need a little bit more leniency, yeah, right, you could go back with 2025, see how many accounts you've blown. Say you've blown 100 accounts in 2025. Go make it a goal for 2026 to cap it at 25 accounts. So either you're going to make a lot of money, or you're going to save a lot of money from buying accounts, which is in turn making a lot of money. Okay. So please understand that bad execution days are allowed. Emotional days are allowed. Blow-ups are not allowed. Okay. You can have bad execution days. You can have an emotional day. And when I say allowed, I'm not saying that, you can do it every session, but let's break down bad execution and emotional days real quick. Right. So bad execution and emotional days are minimal, but impactful. So when I say minimal, that means it doesn't happen often. Right. And then when I talk about impactful, even though it doesn't happen often, when it happens, it's bad. It's bad. That's huge drawdown, prior blow up. It doesn't have to happen often in order for it to be impactful. So when we talk about minimal, please understand there's a solution for this. Our natural good intentions and efforts to be successful, to succeed, will always minimize bad execution and emotional days. Unless you hate yourself and you're just trying to not be great. If that's not the case, your natural good intentions of coming into the market every single day and wanting to better yourself as a trader automatically is the edge and brings that emotional and bad execution day to a minimum. The win is inherent within you just because you want the best for yourself. It's already inherent. Now you just need to stay alive and respect the risk. Now, when we talk about impact, that's going to be passing our risk gate, because that's going to reduce the amount of impact of these days significantly. So now you have your good natural intentions that minimizes or brings to a minimal how many bad execution and emotional days that you will have, plus respecting your risk gate, your daily loss limit, that will compress and reduce the amount of impact that those few and far in between days will have on your account, leaving you alive. So therefore, when you cap the amount or the number of bad execution and emotional days, because you have good intentions, when you cap that, plus respecting your risk gate, passing your risk gate, your daily loss limit, and you cap that as well, there's nowhere to go but up. I can't tell you how much profit you're going to make, your gain percentage. I can't promise you any profits, but I can show you how to prevent failure. Okay. And that's all you need. So that's making losing impossible. So as long as I'm still in the game, I can take another trade. And as long as I can take another trade, probability will pay me. Please understand, time pays you. Okay. Time pays you. The longer you stay in the game, the longer you keep that one account, as long as you keep your daily trading goal to stay alive, time will pay you. All you need is patience. That is the virtue that a lot of us lack, because there's a situation in trading where we buy and sell so quick that we believe trading as a whole is a short-term game, is a quick flip, because we buy and we buy and sell and buy for short periods of time. We think the whole game is basically a quick flip, when all actuality, trading is a 401k on steroids. You got to be patient. You got to let it compound. You got to let it grow. 1 year will do wonders for you. Just keep one account for 1 year. Watch what happens. Okay. So number 4, edge plus risk times time equals trading success. Edge plus risk, and you multiply that to time, equals trading success. I don't need perfect execution. I need enough reps without ruin, without blowing the account. Edge plus profitable edge multiplied by time equals guaranteed profits. Time is the real compounding engine. Remember, compounding is exponential. It's not necessarily linear, okay? Time is the real compounding engine, and risk management buys more time. The more time you have, the more your money will compound. The more compounding requires better risk management, because you have more capital to manage, and the better your risk management equals more time, which will compound more of your profits, which will require better risk management, and better risk management creates more time. That's the cycle. So when you have smaller risk, the more losses your account can survive, right? Giving you more time to trade, increasing the number of properly executed trades. And the more properly executed trades you take, it will allow your edge to merge more and more, which will compound your money infinitely. There you go. That's it, right? So number 5, the risk is the defense to push offense. Risk is the defense that pushes offense. You don't have to be assertive. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to put your foot on the gas. You can simply, play defense, and that will push your offense forward. And I'm going to show you why that's the case here. So the more you defend, the more your profits push your account balance higher. The more you defend, the more better you manage your risk, the more your profits push your account balance higher. And before I go on to this, I want to give you a perspective that I've given in my previous videos. If you want to see trading success, you have to be a good steward. If you want success to attract to you where you don't have to work hard, trading success, whatever kind of success, you have to be a good steward of the current successes you already have. If you think of success as people, and when I say success, it could be capital, it could be relationships, it could be whatever, right? Whatever you define as success, right? So if you treat your success with respect as a good steward, and you appreciate them, and you consider success as a person, and say, for example, you only had 3 life successes, right? 3 people, 3 successes, and they're well taken care of. Other successes, other people, bigger people, more money, right? More opportunity is going to see how you're managing your current portfolio, your current successes, your current capital, your current people that you're taking care of. And they're going to want to be a part of that, because they see that this group of sheep, this herd of sheep, is being taken care of by this shepherd, by you, right? And then they're going to come over here slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, they're going to just migrate to your country, being ran under your government, in which you control, right? So like that's what's going to happen. Okay, so the more you defend, the more your profits push your account balance higher. Most traders see risk as fear. I see it as leverage. By design, passing your risk gate daily guarantees success. Respecting your daily loss limit guarantees success. Okay. Every day I survive is another roll of the dice with house odds. It's another spin on the roulette table with house odds. Okay? It's another card game being dealt with house odds every single time you survive another day. All right? So, My best trading months, and this is me personally, and I'm sharing this with you, my best trading months came from keeping my mind and making every decision with huge consideration of my future winners. I make a decision based on making life easier for my future successes and future winners. What does that mean? How do I do that? I do that by capping how deep my losses were so my future winners can fill it easily and push the account forward. I'm not worried about making money today. I'm worried about capping the losses today so when I win tomorrow or the following session it's super easy for that 1 or 2 wins to fill up the depth of the loss and then push the account forward and we can take another step forward. Okay? Trading is a 1 step back, 2 steps game. Okay? Only you can make it a 2 steps back, 1 step forward game. 3 steps back, 2 steps forward game. 4 steps back, 1 step forward, right? So the more I became competent in risk management and capitalizing off the exchange of value when my stop loss hits, what does that mean? I talk about in my, I think it was like 2 videos ago or something like that. I forgot. But if you watch the video, Imagine Trading Without the Fear of Loss. Check that out. Imagine Trading Without the Fear of Loss. I talk about how, excuse me, you can capitalize. If you can capitalize off the exchange of value that the market gives you every time your stop loss get hit, you won't get triggered by losses because they're no longer losses, but they're investments into either knowledge or protection, security. What does that mean? Whenever I get stopped out, that's market feedback telling me, hey, Lawrence, you might want to change your bias. And now I'm looking for a change of bias and taking that trade. And if that gets stopped out, then at that point, that is an exchange of protection where it's just like, oh, 2 back-to-back losses? Oh, it's time for me to get out. That's protection. So the first loss is an exchange of value, market information. It's like going to college, paying tuition, and you get information that you can use to capitalize later once you get a career. And then the second one is like straight out protection. Like, hey, this is a predator zone. You already got bit twice. You might want to go ahead and step away while you still got all your shit, all your hands and your limbs and all that, right? So if you walk down the street and you drop $100 and you come back home and realize you dropped $100, you will be pissed. If you go to the store and you spend $100, but you got groceries, even though $100 came out of your pocket, that's not a loss and you won't get mad because you had an exchange of value. That was a sales purchase. You got something back. So make every trading loss worth it by getting something in return or taking the trade worth losing. You see a great setup. Oh, this is worth the loss. I'm taking this. I'll take this 1,000 times over, right? Even if I don't win this was hell of a try. And then you ask yourself, how much am I willing to lose to figure out if this trade is going to be a winner? And once you ask that, you put a dollar amount on how much you think the value of this trade is. So just in case it loses, you didn't lose more than you thought the value of the trade was, which then reduces tilt and emotional response and reactions. Okay. So understand, and I'm sharing this with you, my profits became dangerous once I stopped trying to get every trade to win and end a green day, but I prioritized capping my losses so my future winning trades can take off. Okay. I just put my future winning trades in position. I treat them like my children damn near. Okay. So don't fear loss, specialize in it, weaponize it, capitalize from it. And most of all, master loss, master risk management, and master how to give losses a positive role in your trading system. Do losses have a role in your trading system at all? If that's a no, you only got half of a trading system. And how are you going to be successful with only a half completed or incomplete trading system? Give losses a positive role. Look at my video. Okay. Imagine trading without the fear of loss. I teach you how to do it step by step. And last but not least, number 6, why forever is the real goal. All right. I'm not super religious, and you don't need to be to understand this scripture from Matthew 13:12. It says, for whoever has, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whoever has not, from him shall be taken away, even that he has. Basically what it's saying is, people that have a lot and already have will receive more, and people who don't have much will give up less than they already have. And I'm going to explain why. So Your goal, and listen to this carefully because this is what I'm getting at for this entire video. This is the message right here. Your goal is to make it in trading. That's what drives you. It's to make that payout. It's to become financially free. It's to reach whatever financial goal that you set out, right? Or personal goal that you set out as to why you started trading in the first place. Your goal is to make it in trading, and that's what drives you. But what do you think will happen the moment you made it in trading and the drive is gone? What do you think is going to happen next? So when you get into a situation when it doesn't matter if you win or lose, if you make or lose $100,000 in a trade, because it wouldn't change your life because you're already successful. You got 50 million in the bank, you have 100 million in the bank, whatever, you got millions of dollars, you're already set. When P&L does not change your life, will you still have meaning and purpose in trading? You see what I'm saying? So if money is your primary driver, you're only practicing how to stay poor. Today, if money is your primary driver as to why you're trading, you're only practicing scarcity because you're doing this for the money. And it's okay to do it for the money. I heard this analogy one time. It's okay to have like goals. Think of goals like water. And, these goals and the things you want are like water and it's in your hand. It's okay for it to be in your hand, but if you tightly grip your hand, all the water is going to come out, right? And you got to go get some more. So at that point, you're chasing, you don't have any more, right? You got to let it breathe. It can sit in your hand. It's fine to want. But if money is your primary driver, you're only practicing how to stay poor. That's it, because you're chasing something that you don't have and you're doing something for something that you don't have. Now, if you're trading like you already have everything, you're only practicing how to stay wealthy. Okay, because the more practice you have, the better you'll get. But which one are you practicing? Because have you ever thought, why would you trade when you have everything? When you already invested the risky profits into a safe investment that pay you without taking any of the risk that you needed to take to get started because you didn't have much money. You do this and you trade when you already have everything to better yourself, to get better at your craft, for the love of the game, to help others. And that's real wealth where there is no end. And that's why the journey is the destination. And you have to start your trading journey from the end and play forever. Because when you have everything that you ever wanted and you start to trade, then at that point, you're trading for the love of the game. You're trading for the love of the process. Your process, your methodology, things that you design, that you placed your creativity on, and that you're expressing on the charts every single day for the love of the game. But the moment you start practicing and teaching yourself to do things for money and keep on doing this for the bread and for the money, that P&L, those short random fluctuations, they kill all substance within you. And then at that point, your internal mental and emotional states will fluctuate and go through boom and bust cycles along with your trading account, because your trading account is just going to mirror you. Trading is a mirror. So if you gain satisfaction out of being the best version of yourself, helping others, falling in love with your process, with your controllables, with your actions, then at that point trading will mirror you, and at that point you will get everything that you ever wanted. But the paradox is, once you get everything you ever wanted, in the real world, you won't even want it anymore, because you were satisfied with what you already had within you and your process and your controllables. Okay, so understand you got to start from the end. Treat your first like your last and your last like your first. You play forever, and understand the journey is the destination. Your starting point is your ending point. And I hope this video helps you out, and I'll see you on the next one.